Mohammad Reza Shajarian (September 23, 1940 to October 8, 2020) was an Iranian vocalist, master of Persian traditional music. Shajarian was also known for his skills in Persian calligraphy and humanitarian activities. Shajarian started his singing career in 1959 at Radio Khorasan, rising to prominence in the 1960s with his distinct style of singing. His main teachers were Ahmed Ebadi, Esmail Mertash, Abdallah Davami, and Nour Ali Buromand. He also learned the vocal styles of singers from previous generations, including Reza Ghola Mirzazeli, Fariborz Manushari, Gamer Malok Vazuri, Eqbal Azar, and Taj Isfahani. He has cited legendary Persian tar soloist Jalil Shahnaz as highly influential to his development, indicating that he has often tried to mimic Shahnaz's playing style in his singing. Shajarian had collaborated with Parvez Meshkashian, Mohammad Reza Lotfi, Sarab Purnaziri, Hossein Alizadeh, and Faramarz Pavar. He was recognized as a skilled singer in the challenging traditional Dastgah style. In 1999, UNESCO in France presented him with the Picasso Award, and in 2006 with the UNESCO Mozart Medal. In 2017, Los Angeles Times cited him as the greatest living maestro of Persian classical music. Iranians around the world flooded their social media accounts with tributes, songs, and poetry dedicated to legendary Iranian singer and composer Mohammad Reza Shajarian, who died from complications due to a long-standing battle with kidney cancer on Thursday. "Our nightingale has flown to another tree," Iranian-American US-based musician Fareed Shafi Nouri said about Shajarian's passing in an Instagram post. Video posted to Twitter shows hundreds of fans gathered in front of Jam Hospital in Tehran, where Shajarian was hospitalized earlier this week, defying a partial lockdown order imposed on Tehran after it was reported that Iran had recorded the highest daily coronavirus count since the start of the pandemic. Many held cell phones over their heads as the crowd sang Shajarian's songs. Shajarian's son Homayun, also a classical singer, emerged from the hospital Thursday night and addressed fans, saying that his father will be buried next to revered 9th-century Persian poet Ferdowsi. When they asked me where my father deserved to be buried as a national figure declaring his place in the nation's history, I said next to Ferdowsi, Homayun said. Iran's greatest master of traditional Persian music. Regarded as a great ustad or maestro of classical Persian music, Shajarian was adored by fans across Iran and around the world. Born in Mashhad in 1940, Shajarian started singing at the age of 5 under the supervision of his father, and at the age of 12 began studying traditional classical music styles, according to his official biography. He launched his musical career as a 19-year-old, performing at Radio Khorasan. By 1960, he had become a prominent figure in classical Persian music in Iran. Outspoken and critical against the government. A self-proclaimed humanitarian who openly criticized the Iranian government, Shajarian was a controversial and yet widely loved figure among Iranians. He spent most of his life in Iran and was one of a handful of musicians the Islamic regime allowed to stay and perform in the country after the 1979 revolution. Nevertheless, both pre-revolution and post-revolution figures expressed their condolences and paid tribute to the legendary singer. The unmatched voice of Mohammad Reza Shajarian as a compassionate member of the Iranian nation and ultimate master of Iranian music will never be forgotten nor silenced, Iranian Empress Farah Pahlavi said in an audio message posted on her official Instagram page. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani tweeted on the passing of Shajarian, saying, "I am certain that the appreciative nation of Iran will keep this popular artist's name, memory, and his work alive in their memories. May his soul rest in peace." On Thursday, as the crowds outside of Jam Hospital grew in size, people became agitated and started chanting "Death to Dictator," a phrase that Shajarian was infamously caught on camera saying in 2009 during Iran's highly contested presidential election. Homayun, Shajarian's son, told the crowd he didn't want his father's death to be politicized. He reminded them that his father never allowed political statements to be made during any of his concerts. "And now please respect my dad," he said. Respect for art is bigger than politics. Shajarian is survived by his wife, Katayun, his 3 daughters Raheli, Mazgan, Afsana, and 2 sons, Homayun and Ryan.